Hey there everyone, this is Matt for Creative Reviews, and today we're here with the Alpha 58 by Sony. This is a camera, this is a definite step up from the Sony CyberShots, but just underneath all the other professional cameras. This one comes in at $499, and I mean, what can I say about this? This is one of the very first times I've used a camera like this, so I'm getting used to using all the features. I normally do just use it in, I guess, the intelligent mode, the auto setting, but there are a few things that I'm already finding that make this camera not so usable in my case. Let's turn this on. Let's take the cap off. And here we go. It's pretty easy to focus this on when you are in a mode, I guess, shooting here. In intelligent mode. And it seems to take good pictures. It actually takes great pictures and it records great video. But one of the immediate gripes that I have is that it does not shoot macro. And I know it's because of the lens, but because I shoot technology reviews, I need this to focus in very closely on small bezels, ports, anything. And for example, we were looking at this screen here of the cap, and it only can focus on half of it. It says it's in macro mode, as you can see, but it's not really giving me true macro, and that's not really usable. It won't even take the picture because it says it's so close, even though I continue to hold this down, which is a little bit annoying, but I assume that's because it's on the intelligent auto. Let's turn this to program auto and see what happens. It still doesn't even let me take the picture, which is extremely frustrating. I don't understand why it won't. I understand that half the image is blurry, but I still want to take the picture. That's just a gripe that I have. But let's stop talking about things that are, in my opinion, not so good about this camera. I know that I can get another lens, but the problem is when I shoot with myself, I'm the only one there. I have to set the camera up, I have to film, and then I have to talk about the product, and I don't have time to, focus in on specific things and change the lens from a regular to a macro, but that's just my problem. Some good features on this camera, again, for $499, which is a pretty good price for something that shoots in this quality. The viewfinder can come out and go at different angles like this, and all the way back here like this. So you can easily shoot and record and get a great shot every time, no matter what angle you're at. And I really like that. The one thing that I wished it had was an LCD screen that flipped this way so that when I'm facing myself, I can see how I look and I don't have to put a mirror behind it. Again, this is because I'm shooting a web series and I have to see what I look like so I don't have to keep on framing the shot every single time. This comes with a lot of modes. As I showed you, the intelligent mode, there's many different modes that you can choose from. I usually am pretty good with technology. Some of these things aren't really intuitive to me, but that's just because I haven't been using a camera like this ever. And I'm also used to having something like a touchscreen, but I assume because this shoots in a quality greater than a Sony CyberShot, a pocket camera, you wouldn't want to get fingerprints all over your viewfinder, and that makes sense. Speaking of viewfinder, we have one where you can put your eye right to it, and inside there is an OLED screen, and it actually senses when your face gets near, it'll turn off the screen and turn on the viewfinder up here, which is great, and I love it, and it looks a lot clearer inside than it does on this screen. Again, that's an OLED screen, and I think that's a great feature to have. This camera is a little heavier than the one I'm used to. For example, I'm used to a very small CyberShot like this, and I usually use one of these little gorilla arms as my tripod. Not going to happen with this. This one's so heavy to this side that it simply just tilted over. It makes things like that unusable, which is a shame because right now I'm using another Gorilla Arm and having to hold my iPhone, which is extremely light. It means that I'm going to lose a little bit of portability. Of course, this one's not as portable as any point and shoot pocket camera, but that's a little bit disappointing. I want to go all out so I can get the best quality, so when I record things you can see things in the best quality possible. But unfortunately for what I'm doing, it's looking like this camera is not going to work out as much as I want it to work out. Again, I never have had a camera like this, and I really, I've filmed a couple things and I've uploaded them to my computer. I definitely see a difference, but when on YouTube, I'm not seeing that much of a difference, because you've seen some of the videos. It's me in front of the camera talking about an item, or me behind the camera and showing whatever item I have close up. And again, this doesn't show it close up, and that's a little bit disheartening, and it's just a little bit tedious to try and use. The sound sounds amazing because you have dual speakers on the top. I'm not a big fan of having to twist this to zoom in and out of things. It's just because I'm not used to a camera like this. I'm much more used to maybe like a rocker, as on the CyberShot, to zoom in and out. And also, when you zoom in and out in this, it's very quiet. When you zoom in and out here and have it autofocus, you can hear it, and that's not good for video. So all in all, if you just want something to shoot your YouTube videos or shoot your cat playing in your own house, I'd say stick to a small pocket camera like the Sony CyberShot line. They've always been reliable. This one, for example, you can drop this as much as you want because it's really durable. This one's not going to survive that many falls. You have to be careful with it, and especially be careful with the lens because you don't want it to get scratched up or anything. The good thing about this is if you can buy different lenses and attachments and have a much better overall quality in film. But the trade-off for me is just not worth it. And I have to say that that's very unfortunate because this one is a steal compared to other cameras that I looked at. Of course, this one at $499. But I don't see myself keeping this camera. So if I say anything, this is probably a camera that I would not recommend, just for my sake that it doesn't work, but again, for you, it may work. Just know that it doesn't, when you have a camera that uses interchangeable lenses, you're not going to get the wide array that you would expect from a pocket camera or any camera that you normally would have. Alright, so this has been Matt, and we've been reviewing the Sony α58. If you want the reference number, it's the STL-A58. And this one can be found for $499.99 at the Sony store or an online store. And you can get many different accessories for it. It's a good camera, shoots amazing quality pictures for $500, has a number of different shooting options, has an infrared sensor that you can use an external remote for. It's a great camera, but just not for me. Alright, so find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Blogger. Let us know what you like and what you don't like, and I'll see you guys next time.